We're back! On this episode of Did Y'all See, we're talking about Beyonce being rumored to play the role of Sarah Baartman, Future coming for Ciara again on Twitter, and Phaedra Todd and whether she really owes him money or not. All this and more on Did Y'all See. Welcome to the first episode of Did Y'all See for the new year, 2016. We know you guys missed us, so let's get into it. So, did y'all see that Beyonce's name was on the headlines earlier this week because there were a whole lot of rumors circulating that she was going to be producing and starring in, I think someone even said writing, and starring in a movie about Sarah Baartman, who, you guys know, is a South African woman who was taken from South Africa and toured all around Europe in some type of like freak show, called Hottentot Venus. And even when she died 5 years afterward. And they displayed her genitalia and her brain and all types of stuff, for a long time. So the story is very sensitive, but also one that needs to be told. People were not here for Beyonce being a part of it in any way, shape, or form. And some South African chief was even like, Beyonce lacks the human dignity to make her worthy enough to play this role. So what do you think about that, the criticism? What do you think about Beyonce playing this role or anything? I mean, later her people came out and said that she has nothing to do with it. So what do you guys think about the whole situation?
I agree that it's a story that needs to be told. I just don't understand all the Beyonce hate. Mm-hmm. Like, she doesn't have the human dignity? Like, what the? Right. Like, why y'all acting like she's out here killing puppies and stealing candy from babies? Like, what is she? Leave Queen Bee alone. Mm-hmm. I thought it was weird when I first heard it, like, Beyonce's doing this, but I know that Beyonce does everything in excellence. So I'm like, if she did do it, I was just kind of interested to see how the hell she was going to pull it off. I'm glad to hear that she's not doing it, but I mean, I just think people went really left with that.
You know what it is, y'all? Like, I think people are so afraid of her acting skills, like in Carmen Hip Hopera, back in the day.
Carmen. She was like, cause that was the hip opera, though. She wants to say hip opera.
So I think
Carmen, the hip opera.
I think because of that role, everyone's like, But in the last 10 years, she's been killing it. So I know that this year, because y'all were so damn disrespectful, that she about to shut it down. This album laid out, and then we're gonna be writing about her for another 6 months. So because of y'all, thank you, because we already know what it is. She's coming, and she's been so quiet.
I mean, when I heard rumors of it, I felt like it was probably false, because I feel like people try to create that anything, they try to put Beyonce with any kind of movie, throw it at people. It's like a remake or it's like a true story, and then it just freaks everybody the hell out. Because I mean, so many times. Yes, because even with The Star Is Born, that rumor keeps coming back up about her possibly starring in it with whoever, Clint Eastwood, whoever, Bradley Cooper, whoever. And then people are just like trash her the entire rumor way until somebody's like, it's not true, damn, calm down. So, I mean, I think that's really petty. But I would have felt some kind of way just because I think she could produce things and help out and be in movies, but to me, Beyonce, as far as starring front and center in movies, I mean, she's definitely come a long way from Carmen the Hip Hopera. But I still feel like music is primarily where her focus needs to be. I feel like her acting is not really as believable because she plays a lot of the same kind of characters. But who knows? Maybe she could, by playing someone else, by playing something that has nothing to do with music, maybe she could really do something. But I was a little scared, but I didn't feel like it was right. It was too deep. It was a little too deep. You need to have been at like an acting school for like years.
Good night. Why'd she say obsessed?
To play a Sarah Baartman.
You didn't even give her Dreamgirls and Cadillac Records or nothing. Obsessed.
That was the last one. That was the last one.
I think I was with you. I didn't believe it. For a second, I'm like, this is just no way. There's no way. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying I'm in Parkwood Entertainment and I know what's being done behind the scenes. But I heard that rumor. I was like, there's no way she said yes to that. No way.
Elaborate lie.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way.
Waiting for you to feel on that.
Exactly. It's just way too much. So I think, I would love to see that story told. Yeah. But it's going to take a lot of research because people don't even really know, it wasn't like she wrote anything down, Sarah Baartman, you would have to guess at her feelings and her experiences and all that type of stuff. So it's a very complicated role to play anyway. And most of us can't even relate to being literally in a freak show. So that's someone who needs to be classically trained and have already proven themselves. And another thing with Beyonce is that I think she's improved as an actress, but I think when you see her, you always see Beyonce. Right. Still. So
it takes everything.
Yeah. So it needs to be someone who you can get lost with, So yeah, I just don't. But like you said, I just really don't get the hate. So she lacks human dignity. People always make these really outlandish statements about Beyonce, like Beyonce's a terrorist or
For real, no.
So outlandish. It's you don't have to say it just because her name is so big. You don't have to attach something so ridiculous to it just to make people want to tear her down. We all know that wasn't a good fit. Beyonce knows it wasn't a good fit.
That's why they actually said something.
Right. So you don't have to say she lacks human dignity to play. Come on now. I'm sure she knows a little something about being exploited. So did y'all see that Future is coming for Ciara again? He went on Twitter and was saying that this bitch is a control freak. All of this for $15,000 a month. She won't let me see my son. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. And then he ended the rant with and this next one's going to be classic, referencing a song. Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think about Future's latest rant?
Future's an opportunist. Mm-hmm. And he's basically trying to use his ex and his child to come up to promote a new album, which is lame as hell. Mm. And it was just mad corny of him to put his stuff out there. It's not like TMZ was sniffing around the courthouse or anything and it leaked. He exposed himself. It's just lame, and I just continue to say he was the worst possible person for her to have a child with. Yeah. Just ignorant hood nigga stuff. I can't. Yeah, I'm so disgusted with him.
Y'all, it's 2016, and I just feel I don't know. We just gotta. I think we just.
Let's lower this. It's
a new year. It's no, I really think that we need to somebody needs to just put in a prayer request to him because it's just. This is ridiculous at this point because you need to break whatever soul tie you got go every chain, break every chain, break whatever soul tie you got going on with this woman because you already done talked about this relationship in your last album. You talked about it with the album with Drake, and now you're still talking about it. And for what? You can't raise it. You can't see this child. Realistically, on some real shit, you cannot see your child.
He's mad that Ciara's a baby mama that he can't control.
Right.
That's what this all comes down to.
She has her own money.
Exactly.
Girl! He thought he was going to add somebody else to the harem, and it's no, bro.
And she not pressed. Yeah. She not pressed to be in the back.
That's the realest.
That's what it all comes down to.
He just trips me out because when I read about the story or whatever, they caused him to say that she's a control freak or whatever. Allegedly, it was he was going to have a Christmas thing, and he wanted Future there. And she said she said that baby Future was going to be there, and then she kind of went ghost. Okay. So to me, when I heard that, I was just kind of he just reminds me of those dads who see their children every once in a blue moon, and when they want to see them when they want to see them.
Jump.
When I want my child, you bring him to me now. But even where was you at all that other time?
Where your ass was at?
When I gave birth to the baby.
Hello.
Was you not on tour?
Tell it.
Drinking dirty Sprite?
Hello.
Cheating on me?
Hello.
With your other baby mama?
Well.
So to me, I hate stuff like that. Don't come around and start trying to play I'm daddy of the year. You're a control freak because you want to have a funky ass Christmas dinner with everybody at the house, with all your babies in the house, and you want everybody to fall in line on one day. And I bet you any money when baby Future come around, he not taking care of him. He's like, everybody, I got money. You think I'm really running around? Come on, you got 5 other fucking kids you can barely keep up with. You really think you out here playing? Lies. You on the couch somewhere sipping purple Sprite. So don't be coming at nobody about no damn Christmas dinner when it's a bunch of other fucking days in the year that you haven't been around. When her daddy was out here playing father to the child before Russell even came around.
And grandfather and nanny. Okay.
Somebody's a control. You got control problems. It's very clear. And when you don't get your way, you gonna blast me on social media.
Listen.
Man, bye.
Yeah.
That's
my issue.
That's what happens when you lay down with these dirty ass dogs. You got to deal with they dirty, dangling behinds for 18 years and probably for the rest of your life.
Yes, he gonna always be around.
He gonna always be in the back, creeping with that voice.
She got a control problem, you know. Right, not speaking no English.
Where your ass is at?
God.
All right, okay, Ciara, all right.
That's what bothers me more than anything is that my thing is like, everybody we all go through stuff in our relationships or whatever, but you don't put that stuff on Front Street. And you especially don't put that stuff on Front Street when you have a child with somebody. Right. To me, that is just the lowest of low. It's low down, dirty, nasty. This is your child's mother. So my thing is, whenever I'm getting ready to type something, I have to think, this is my child's mother. If I say something against her, I'm saying something against my child. That's half of my child. I can't do that. Like, I just can't. I don't understand why men and women, but in this instance, it's Future's behind. And this is not the first time. And it's very clear that this is all a marketing strategy. He didn't talk about their relationship until he was ready to put out Dirty Sprite, all on HuffPost talking about they prayed after sex. And now he's talking about he's releasing a new song and he wants to talk about her control issues and $15,000 a month. I'm like, why do you want people in your pockets like that even? It's just grimy. It's like the lowest. It's the lowest of low. Girl, what somebody tweeted, it was like, Baby Future's like, no, Daddy, I'm cool over here. Uncle Russell got fruit snacks.
Girl, bye, okay? Girl, that is too stupid.
It's the truth.
For real.
How is your life equipped to take care of a baby?
I want Baby Future. One word. Baby Future. Girl, bye. Complain about $15,000 a month.
Did y'all see, just when you think there's no more drama to be had and experience on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, something new pops up. Always. So this most recent thing, and then now the men are all, deeply involved and entrenched in all of it. So Phaedra and Todd have kind of had a bit of a confrontation because Todd is saying he didn't get his money for this fitness video that they put together. Now, I don't think it wasn't donkey booty. Phaedra said it was some prenatal, postnatal workout something. And she was saying, so Todd is like, I haven't got my money for the work I did, for the production work that I did. And Phaedra came out and said that she gave Todd some of the money and then she was going to give him the rest of the money after the final product was completed. And she was like, you don't give anybody money for a service until it's completed. But I'm like, that's not necessarily true. It depends on what you sign in that contract. So whoever presents the receipts. But what do you guys believe about the situation? And then a lot of people were saying, I wrote about the fact that people were saying that it was wrong of him to approach her because, he waited until Apollo was in jail to approach her. But Candy was like, this has been going on since 2013. Like, y'all know when she had that last baby. It's been a while. So he's been waiting on his money since then. And people were like, oh, well, Todd is pressed for money. That's why he's all up in her face now. She was like, no. Check out his production credits. He's been asking for this money, and she still hasn't given it to him. And then Todd came through with some canceled checks, so.
Hello. First of all, his contract was with Phaedra, not with Apollo. So I don't give a damn where Apollo was when it's time for me to get my money. Run me my money. I love Phaedra, but Phaedra has a shady reputation. She's known for representing herself one way and then doing something else. So in this case, I'm kind of rolling with Todd and Candy on this. I don't know what the contract says. If the contract says he was supposed to get all his money, why are you canceling checks? Wait.
Todd was like, these are the checks that were canceled. So
she's known for
you don't pay somebody some money if you're not going to pay them the money. Don't write no check you're going to cancel later.
She's known for shady dealings. And I don't even like Kenya, honestly. But even with that, when Kenya was supposed to produce Donkey Booty and she was trying to play the hell out of her, I don't think Phaedra likes paying people.
With all them jobs.
Girl, all them jobs and all them degrees. And there's people like that. I'm not saying this is Phaedra, but everybody knows somebody who will not pay their rent for nothing.
Look at you crazy when you ask for it.
Like, you don't pay your rent, they borrow money, they don't pay. Like, people don't like And it just kind of seems like she's kind of treading those lines. I don't like how people are like coming for Todd either. I think Todd works hard. Todd tries to lay low and listen, pay that man his damn money so we can move on.
Everyone should just know that with Phaedra, you cannot think that you're going to pass a go and collect $200. You will never get that money ever. So yeah, like you're never gonna get it, you know. And just like Jazzy said, she has all these accolades, so many jobs. You know, she's this big time career woman. And should not get money to pay you. Boom.
Girl, some people will have the money, they just don't want
to give it to you. They don't want to give it to you. She got that money.
That's the problem with working with people that you call your friends.
Yeah,
because then you know you feel like they're not going to sue you. And then they're just waiting in the wings hoping that you'll step up as a person and give what you owe. But you're like, but we didn't finish this.
Right.
We didn't do this.
Are you supposed to be my friend?
But I think that she's played herself up as the Southern Belle, and some people can relate, and so they defend her even when it's very obvious that she's like not the most like upright person. Like even when people were coming for her for Candy's friend Don Juan about coming at her for being at Candy's event outside with Portia, talking about Todd, and he confronted them about that, and people were coming at Don Juan. I'm like, but if this was real life, wouldn't you think that was shady? Yes. If the person that who is your friend, not only that you work for, but this is your good friend. People acting like he's just the help, but this is your good friend. And you go outside, and somebody that they think is their good friend is out there with another person they think is a friend, and they're out there talking about the person's husband and claiming that friendships have been hurt over some claims about money and checks and da-da-da-da-da. You would you not address that? Or would you not make it known? So to me, I feel like everybody likes to act like, oh, this is messy, Dallin is this, Todd. Everybody likes to act like all the men in the situation are being like bitches about
because
the
they want to
situation.
interact they have to interact with women.
Exactly. But when you're being a shady woman, you're just a shady person. So it doesn't matter what your sex is. And so you can tell me to take my tampon out or whatever. You can claim. Portia said that about him, about Don Juan, or you can claim or whatever about me. But at the end of the day, like when you owe me my money, it doesn't matter who you are, what's going on, or what excuses you want to use. I'm the help. Well, I'm the help and the best friend of a woman whose husband you owe money to. Right. Like, pay the money, or don't work with your friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. She's always been shady, and people love to act like, oh, Phaedra's so, because she's always like, she's
very shady.
She's hiding stuff.
And don't be coming at my event talking about eating my food, talking about my
husband.
Girl,
you couldn't even get in the car and go away.
But see,
you standing outside.
Jealousy. Portia and Phaedra. One husband's in jail. One is divorced. You know, with all them rumors surrounding Cordell. So you got, I mean, but you at her event, talking about her husband, who used to produce y'all show. Y'all know him very well. Or else you wouldn't have been so eager to work with him for your DVD.
Not even that, you wouldn't have introduced him to Candy.
Stop all of the nonsense.
And more than anything, this whole concept of like people waiting.
Yeah.
And even more than anything, this whole concept of like, well, you waited till Apollo went. What was Apollo gonna do? That money was Phaedra's money.
Okay.
If I go to
you, no money.
Exactly. If I go to you and I ask you about money your wife owes me, you don't have the money to give me anyway. Okay. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to talk to her.
Right.
Now, is it a bad time? Maybe, but it's been years.
It's never no bad time. It's never no. That's what I said.
Damn about Apollo.
That's what Candy was saying.
Candy was not checking for her all the last season.
That's what I'm saying.
And Portia. Right. She was telling Portia, she was like, don't believe in the fucking hype. She was like, she wanted him gone before he was gone.
Okay, and that was her friend, so she knows what's really going on.
Okay.
She only told her that she didn't tell nobody else. My thing is, it's never a bad time to ask for your money.
Ever.
It's your money. If I go to the bank today, they got to give me my money. You got to give people their money. That's just common sense. It's human decency.
Girl, she got so much help.
She has money, and she needs to give him his money and stop playing coy and silly. That's what I don't like about people who pretend to be one thing, sitting there with their hats on and their gloves on and sipping tea, and you shady and shiesty.
Girl.
I don't like that. Just be who you are. Like, listen, you know I don't ever want to give you that money.
And then the person can be like, okay, well, I love you, but I'll see you in court. Just let me know what the deal is so I can see your ass.
That's happened in
Okay,
my that's
move on.
happened in my family where somebody had to take somebody to court because they didn't want to get up off their money.
And they be hurt.
I didn't think he was gonna do me like.
Well, I didn't think he was gonna keep my money. That's what it is. It's stealing. It's stealing. And here we go. Here we go.
You don't want no damn prenatal, post-pregnancy workout crap.
It's too late now. You can't even release. You can't even release it now. The baby's about to be in kindergarten.
That was her excuse. That's her excuse in the Bravo thing. Talking about, I was gonna give him some money when the finished product came out.
It's too late now. It's too late.
It was a
now.
wasted endeavor. But pay what you owe.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Did Y'all See? For more videos just like this one, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/MadameNoire.